Hi there. I know what you're thinking. There's something going on here, right? Something really bad, and we need to talk about it. Well, I don't want to talk about it, but I will. So, full disclosure, here's what happened. I ripped my jeans, okay? Good pair of jeans, plenty of miles left on them, and I ripped the knee out of the dang things. And I know this is the fashion if you're young to be walking around with a big old hole in your jeans, but I'm not young. I don't like the fashion. I like to wear jeans until they're worn completely out, especially about this time when they're getting all broken in, all good and stuff. But anyway, so yeah, that happened. Ripped my dang jeans. Oh, and that thing, yeah, well, we're going to paint this again. Well, so here's the deal. I just was not going to be able to live with this paint job. So I think I told you, well, I know I told you, the cowl and this front fender had been done with the first batch of paint I had, but when I reshot this panel, it was out of that second can of paint that I bought, and it was noticeably different in color. Over on the passenger's or the driver's side where I tried to cut the fender in about here and have the new paint from the back, the old from the front, that was a disaster. That did not work. So I sanded that down. I even after sanding, you can see the difference. It just wasn't gonna fly, guys, sorry. So I know I'm driving some of you crazy, and believe me, I'm driving myself a little bit nuts here as well. But at the end of the day, I gotta be satisfied with the job I did here, or it isn't gonna fly. So there it is. I mean, I just wasn't happy with it. I wasn't satisfied. I didn't think it was gonna, I was gonna see it for the rest of my life. Every time I walked up this thing, I was gonna see that. So I'm about to the point where I'm just gonna break out the acetone now, give everything a good wipe down, clean the garage up, mask off the inside, mask off the engine compartment, and do my thing again for hopefully the last time. So there it is. Again, I'm sorry if I'm frustrating the daylights out of you. I'm sorry if you're throwing things at the computer, going, good hell, Donnie, you ever gonna finish this thing? But it'll be finished when I think it's finished. And I don't think it's finished yet. So let's do it, all right? All right, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I think I got all my prep work done. I've got the walls back up on the paint booth here. I don't know if you can see them from where I got the camera sitting right now. The Jeep has been sanded. Just briefly, here's what I did. I had some 400 grit on the air sander that I first went after this thing dry sanding it. Then when I felt like I had it down to where most, if not all, the clear coat was gone, I made a pass last night with some 1000 grit wet sanded it again to just try to smooth everything out, give me a nice smooth base to be laying my paint on. I have got my paint. I've been to the store and got me some more mixing buckets. Got the grill sitting over here on the ladder. I think there's nothing for it now but do the work. So I will slap on the Tyvek suit again. Oh, not looking forward. I am not looking forward to this. This was pretty grueling last time. I'm going to open up the door a little bit and get my fan going again. I've got all the cars moved out of the driveway, so nothing can get dirty out there. It's in the 50s outside, so I'm a little worried about temperature. I've got a little heater in here. I'm going to keep the heater going in here because I think I'll be replacing the air quite a bit. Hopefully we'll keep it warm enough in here to get everything set well. So I got my little carpenter's table here. I got the paint on it. I got the clear coat on it. I got the gun ready to go. Well, I got the gun out here. It's not ready to go yet, but a little prep work yet to do. And then all the prep work is done. It's time to do the work. So let's do the work. Hey guys, I will apologize in advance for the background sounds. The neighbor's getting a new roof. Seems like all of our houses are about the same age, and this seems to be the year the roofs are all going bad. So in the interest of not making you think you were stuck in an episode of Groundhog Day, I did not film myself painting the Jeep again, but here she sits, pretty much done, ready for the next round of buff and polish and all that good stuff. So I just finished up with it. I think it went pretty well this time. Other than I see a couple little, specks of dust. It was a little breezy. Have the garage door open about a foot. I had my fan running kind of pointed down to shove the air out, and I have a little heater going to try to help warm it up. But I think I got a few little flecks of dust. No major runs that I can see so far. So that's a bonus. And I think the orange peel is under control. I'm looking like across the top of the cowl up here, and that doesn't look too bad. Top of the fender, there's a little, but I gotta believe there's always a little, and that's why you have to sand and polish them. So I did both fenders all the way around the tub and the grill. So now the hood is the only thing that didn't match this batch, but it was out of the same can of paint. Should be good. The dash goes inside. You're not going to see that up against anything, but I think that also got some out of this new batch. In fact, I think if we analyze that for a minute, I wasted an entire can of paint, because almost everything that got painted with that first batch has been painted again with the second batch, which goes to show that had I known what the hell I was doing in the first place, I'd be one can of paint less into this thing. But here she sits. So I'm going to let it kind of get the stink out of here for a little while longer, and then I will bundle up my walls one more time, shove this thing back over out of the middle of the garage here so I can get the car back in. It's frosty this morning. I had to sit out there waiting for things to warm up, unfrost the windshield. Yeah, so again, I feel like I kind of finally got a grip on what I'm supposed to be doing here. Let me just see again how this shows up. Does that show up on camera? But there's our metal flake. Looking pretty decent. So, what I did again is I just taped off the motor, the interior, and wheels and all that. So, yeah, there we go. Paint done. I'm not taking down the paint walls just yet because I can get them completely out of the way. So they're not a bother, and not that I'll be tempted to go at this again, but I thought, well, now if I do go along and I find you know, some issue or something and I need to touch up a little bit, I may need to spray something. I'll leave them up until I'm convinced I'm completely done with this. I have materials left over, so yeah, we're in pretty good shape. So there we go. I didn't make you watch me, but I did it again. Paying the dues, paying the dues, paying the dues, right? Right. So, yeah, I'm just gonna clean up. And well, first I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna let this sit for a little while and get some of that stink out of here. Boy, that clear coat smells bad. But I'm gonna let that cool down, clean up my tools, push this thing over the side, get all the plastic off of it and throw all that away. And there we go. So, there we go.